Hello, how are you? Hi. I hope you're all fine. I'm also fine. I'm delighted to come back to you, to talk to you, my good people, to discuss issues in life. Welcome. Today, I'm going to talk about something which is really happening so drastically negative thing in life, and it is affecting us people who have left our home countries of birth and gone to look for greener pastures in countries we think that things are better. And we have left our families back home. We have left many things and gone to, even children, and gone outside to look for something. But now, things are not working when we try to invest back home. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about conning or money being misused, especially of our Kenyan girls. Let me talk about Kenya, who are working in the Gulf countries. And before I talk about that, I welcome you. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for being part of this YouTube channel. And my name is Eunice Jero, and this YouTube channel is Eunice Jero YouTube channel. Now, I want to talk about Kenyan economy. The Kenyan economy, to lay the background of what I'm discussing, went down, and so many people became jobless. And the jobs which are there, which we call like blue-collar jobs, according to the white man who colonized Africa, we were told that there's white-collar job and blue-collar job. That is the office-hour jobs and the jobs which are informal sector. So the informal sector does not really bring up enough and cannot accommodate the people who are out there, the graduates, such that so many people now are home with no jobs, with no income, with nothing to feed their families. But something came up, which is the Gulf countries opened their doors to domestic workers. Most of them are domestic workers and informal sector. And that was a good zone for people from Kenya to run to go and make a living and come back home and invest or even continue with a better life, because once you save, you are better you are good to go, because they go to Gulf on a contract, mostly 2 years, 3 years, and after that contract they come back home. Unfortunately, what is written in the contract is not what these people go and find. Most of the people, when they are getting these contracts, they are told that they are going to become, if you are hotelian, you have trained hotel, you're going to become a chef, a hotel management, and all that. But when they get to Gulf, they find that, no, you have to be a domestic worker. You're taking care, you're cleaning houses, you're taking care of kids, you're doing literally anything which a house help does, or house managers, to say so. From nanny, from being CNA, from everything in that house. Unfortunately, too, most of the houses are not friendly. Because when the agents are giving them somebody to work back in the Middle East and the Gulf area, they think that they are buying you to be their worker forever, or with the contract, like I don't want to use that word, like you, not a human being really, but anybody to work, really work, whether you are paid, whether you are beaten, whether you are what, you are just somebody subordinate. And our women, mostly, because they are our women who have faced issues of being mothers at an early age, who have faced issues of coming from families which are not able to educate them, and even those who have been educated through loans and all that, they have no jobs to pay back the loan. Then they become mothers. They have nothing to give their kids. They don't know where to go. They opt to go for those jobs. And Middle East or the Gulf countries, I want to let you know that working there is not easy. I have not been there, but the news we get is not easy at all. For one, their culture is different, and their culture is monoculture. When I mean monoculture is that the other cultures are not accommodated. It's not, okay, America where I am, it is as its own culture, but it is accommodative of other cultures, so you don't fear. But in the Gulf, it is totally their culture. You either assimilate to it, which it is not easy to assimilate because you are not an Arab, or you just become their subordinate. To work, to be beaten, to do anything, to be given all sorts of job, and finally to be raped or even killed. And our girls and our women are tolerating all that so that they can get money and save for their children, save for their future. They say it's better to suffer for 2 years. The contract is 2 years, and then come back home and come with something. But now, there are some devils in the name of men. Let me use that word. I'm not calling all men devils, but there are some devils who have cropped up in the name of men. And they very well know that being in the Middle East, it's a very, very lonely life. You are you are locked up in a room when people go to eat outside. They don't even give you food. They go to eat outside so that they make sure that that house has no food you can eat. They leave you with basically nothing. And the only thing these girls do is to lock themselves up and start chatting on phone. And some of these people from Kenya, and some are calling themselves pastors, they start preaching to these girls. And when you are in a painful situation, hurting situation, and situation which is not conducive, the only remedy you think of your life is God. Because our culture in Kenya, religious culture. So we are brought up to pray. We are brought up to be told, take your problems to God. And these kids, these girls, they have known to take their problems to God. But these so-called pastors are going online and start preaching to these girls and showing them how things will be good to them and encouraging them. And definitely, when you find somebody who is feeding you with what you want to hear, you can easily fall victim. Telling them how they love them, the love of Christ. Telling them how they are going to pray for them for things to happen better. Who did not hear that is good news? Unfortunately, these kids are in Muslim countries where there are no churches. So there is nobody to help them learn what they are learning from these wolves in goat skin. Finally, our girls fall victim of these guys. They start sending money to them because they have built trust in them. They start sending money to them. They have shown as if they are all trusted. You know, when you mention you are a man of God, woman of God, with God, who can joke with God? Somebody mentioned with God and talking like prophesy. You are all accepted. And you can easily win the souls of many who are hurting because they need solace for their souls. And they think the way you are talking to them, the way they trust God is the way you trust God. So they are sending money back to Kenya to pastors in the name of save for me, not in the name of tithe. Because if it is tithe, it's voluntary for you to tithe or not. This I'm talking about, I'm not talking about tithe, because even it, they are calling them through tithing and through prophesying and removing demons. I don't understand all that kind of, I don't know where it came from, doctrine, which is so much in Kenya. But I'm not with the doctrine today. Today I am with the name of trust me. I'll save for you. I'll buy a piece of land for you because I'm a pastor. Trust me. I'm a man of God. I'm a woman of God. I'll buy a piece of land for you. By the time you come back, you will find I've put up a business for you. You will not need to go back to the gaff. You will come and settle with your children. And our girls are falling victim of that. And they have sent money. Some of them are even telling them, I'll marry you. Because some of them are single, others are widowed. I don't know. But it is all Cornish, you know. It is all Cornish because they are not ready. Some are with their wives and they are calling together with their wives. Basically, this is all theft. In the name of you can be trusted. And our girls, our ladies are suffering, sleeping on the floor. If you have ever tasted winter, you can never joke with a house help who is sleeping on the floor during winter and having eaten nothing, a little rice or one slice of bread. Or even one chapati, the one they call flat bread in the Middle East. Just one for the whole day. And the same girl will work. Those houses of those people, because they are in social community, they have so big compound. You have to sweep and clean. And at the end of it, you wash the dog. You wash the asanamu. And you sleep on the floor in a corn floor. To get your 28,000 or 30,000 Kenya shillings to send home to save. And when you send to somebody you think you are trusting in the name of a pastor, that person buys a car for him and his wife. Itakumeza hiyo gari. It won't be the cause of your suffering that car. I am speaking from my heart. That's how I feel. I'm not going to pretend anymore. If myself I suffered, I'm in America because I am not born in America. Anybody who is in a foreign country, there is some suffering you suffer because that's not your home country. And America is free. It's very accommodative. What about children? Somebody's child who left home to go to a country where it is a live and die circumstance, that this person might be brought back in a genesis having been killed by a person who cannot even be followed by the law. Because they kill them, they don't value them. Ni kafiri. And then you use money for such a person just because they trusted you. It is better to be trusted if you say you are trusted. What don't you think there would be more benefit if this person gave you their 500,000, 300,000? Would it not be more useful if you put it in the right use? They come back, they find that you put it in the right use. Don't you think they would trust you more? Don't you think they would reward you? Don't you think you would benefit more? But because you are greedy, and you think you are better, and you think you can harvest where you never planted, you don't care. You don't care because that is like living under somebody's sweat. And it's somebody who even their own people, they don't know whether they'll see her back. So to you, as a pastor, so-called pastor, you are praying that that person dies in gaff so that your story will not be known. You are evil. And let me tell you, if the Bible says that man must work to eat, That money from Middle East, from the Gulf, you have not worked for it. So you should not eat it. If you eat it, utaharisha. You will vomit it. Soon and very soon. Why are you bringing a curse to your family and generation? Why do you want somebody to be crying because of what you did for them? Because of things of this world. Things you can live today yourself. Do you think those cars you're buying and those good houses you're building for yourself, you live them forever? You might be 30 years. 10 years you'll be 40, 10, 60. You are going to the grave soon. You can harvest where you have not planted, but not eat. That's the rule. You can harvest where you have not planted, but you not eat. People are asking why kidnapping is becoming so much. Why would you not be kidnapped if somebody comes with that kind of anger, like the way I'm feeling now? If you can take somebody's $500,000 or 1 million to help yourself and leave that person suffering, that person can use any other money to make sure they get their revenge back. So don't think you are the one who is clever. You con man. I'm feeling pain for those girls. I'm feeling pain for those ladies because I know and we watch and see how they suffer. So, my warning to those in the Middle East too. I have so many friends there. Please, don't send money home to anybody. It's the same as if Muarap did not pay you. If you are paid and it went with somebody, it's the same as if Muarap did not pay you. What was the need? And even relatives, they are using this money, please. You are using their money. But I would prefer a relative taking my money because I can face them and tell them, okay, you helped yourself, help me now. That's better than somebody you are trusting like he's a man of God. What kind of a thing? What are these imposters? Where have they come from? This is a brood of vipers which was spoken about in the Bible. People don't fear God for who God is. They don't fear God at all. Yani awana hofu ya Mungu kabisa. Because if you love God and you fear God, you would know that God is not wicked like you are wicked. God is not wicked. Why are you becoming wicked? It is better if you want to rob a bank because it is insured than robbing a young lady who has just sacrificed for her children. It pains me. It is hurting to the core. And that needs to stop. That needs to stop. And you ladies, stop sending them money. Stop. And online relationship, how do you get online relationship and you start transacting business and money? How can you trust a figure you do not see? That is trusting hewa. Picture too. Who told you anybody can come here to talk to you and that's not the person you are dating anyway? This is the era of social media. You better be wise. Trust no one but yourself. You did not come here to carry people's burdens. You are not Jesus Christ. Jesus carried for everybody. Are you Jesus? Change your attitude and live your life. If that money which you're given by Muarabu, you feel that you cannot keep it there, please, it is better you even talk to a bank manager and open an account. If not that, try as much as possible to, even if it is the embassy, go to the embassy, let them, before you leave, have a bank account before you leave and link your bank to your phone before you leave. For Gav. Don't be in a hurry. Make sure that you have your bank account. You'll be sending your money to the bank account. More so, it's better to send to your parents. Even if your parents eat your money and you misuse it, don't feel pain. Just bless them. They also brought you on earth. That's better for me. Although it's not a good thing, but it is so much better. It's so much better. Because when you're suffering, you'll be sitting there with them. They'll be watching you suffer. And they'll be suffering inside too. So you'll be helping one another with the suffering. Please stop sending money to these wicked people. Be careful. You have gone there for your family, for your children. And husbands are marrying with that money. They marry a second wife with that money. Surely, when we are in which generation? Which era is this? I'm confused. Me, I don't understand life at all. I don't understand it again. Nobody can be trusted now apart from me, Eunice Jero. I trust myself only and my God. Things have changed. It's not the time we used to give somebody letter by hand and it has money and they will take to your mother direct. This time give them even the letter and the money. Hallelujah. Please, things have changed. Anyway, I just wanted to hear that one. It is hurting me. So please, let us stop. Oh, let us stop. Let us be kind to one another and even let us think of the future. Bye-bye. See you in the next one.